I think it's a beautiful story. It's a classic. It's Lassie, 2,000 years ago.
It's about a young boy and a dog, and they form a bond, and they go on this journey together.
He realizes that not only it could actually assist him in his journey to getting home, and even more so, another being to love.
I think about 5 years ago is when we started writing the script. I settled on a culture, which are called the Solutreans, and then things started flowing from there. The element about the wolf domesticated into the nowadays dog came a bit later when I realized that people have a big soft spot for animals. And I go, wouldn't this be like a wonderful opportunity to show that and to use that in a story?
We're incredibly fortunate because we have Mark Forbes and his team at Birds and Animals. And Mark was on a scout. He went around the world. He went to Scotland, France, a number of places, and he sent us some pictures. And he said, I found your dogs. We imported him from France. He went out to Birds and Animals, has an amazing facility in California. Albert and I drove out there, and they said, are you ready to meet Chuck?
This is Chuck, and Chuck is our lead wolf dog in the movie.
And working with Chuck was interesting because we're not working with a dog. We're working with a hybrid. The breed is a Czechoslovakian wolf dog.
You can never work with a real wolf. A real wolf is not trainable, and they're very skittish, and they come on set, and they don't trust you, and they don't look at you. And the Czech hybrid dog is the perfect combination because it gives you that wolfy behavior. But he's got the dog in him also, and the dog wants to please you.
When even they are only part wolf is to get them over any fear that they have of the set, new people, new situations.
Early on, we did a chemistry test out in the desert. We put Cody in wardrobe. We brought Chuck out, and we did a little test with them. Albert directed it, and we cut it together, and we showed it to the studio, and it was an old-fashioned chemistry test.
Well, the relationship between the boy and the wolf is like a typical relationship in any movie. Usually, you start tiptoeing around each other. You don't know if you like each other. If you do like each other, it's very uncomfortable and clumsy.
Again, another thing that attracted me to the role because I've never had to not work with other actors. It's beautiful to actually just work with the animal, someone who can't talk. I mean, it's just unconditionally loving.
We actually started working with Cody early on. Even back in California, he would come out and spend time with Chuck.
Cody trained with Chuck for many weeks. He would go out to the Mark facility and work on basic principles with him, and they had to really build a relationship and a bond, and there's a real trust that formed between Cody and Chuck, Zeta and Alpha.
It's like a whole switch of environment and thinking space when we have to work with him. You have to be extremely respectful of his space and how quiet you have to be to get out of him what you need.
So we built up through a myriad of sessions a food history where he realized that, hey, Cody might have a treat for me. So now he's relating to Cody. All right, come on, come on.
That's a good one.
We also train very specific behaviors, which is like a go with, which means you go with Cody wherever he goes.
We kind of got the gist of it towards the end, as fast as you can do it.
Action!
But he's a very peaceful creature.
Cut it.
Got it.
The funny thing about Chuck was because this was his first movie, it was a little rough at first. Months later, we had to get some pickups or something like that, and he came back and he was a true pro. He was like a professional actor.
It's been a really cool experience for me, and I have actually multiple times thought I want to take Chuck home and just cuddle him, but apparently we're not allowed to do that.
Ultimately, he sort of forms this relationship with one of the wolves, and they become friends, and they really form a real bond.
We also tell not only the story of our humanity, but the origins of domesticating an animal.
What the movie really illustrates well is that we need each other.
It's interesting how people react to animals' faces, especially dogs' faces. You hear audible reactions because people are kind of recalling their experience, I think, with their dog.